Hello and welcome to Miss Tech Radio. I'm so happy to have you with me today or tonight. I'm going to be honest with you. I am so tired of influencers and people that are okay with influencer culture because they're spineless and they claim to be feminists. I'm sorry, but feminism is not accepting objectification of your body. In fact, that's exactly what feminism stands against. It's not throwing your shirt up and saying, well, he can do it, why can't I? It's about proving that you're more than just what's underneath your shirt. And for some reason, that's become completely twisted. And I'm not sure if it's because the society that we're a part of praises sex and objectification. And I will say it's gotten a little better and it's on both sides of the spectrum now, more than ever. I'm referencing Magic Mike, which I've still never seen. And I probably won't ever see. It doesn't help either that our youth is even permeated with influencer culture, spreading their sex-obsessed agendas to young girls and boys all over the world through social media apps, through advertising. I see story after story about parents finding out really uncomfortable things when it comes to what their child is being exposed to. There's a video I saw this morning of a couple who made a video when they found out a specific ad that was targeting their child who was using the tablet to play a game. They tried to use the tablet to find the ad, but it never popped up until they gave it back to the child, and the first ad that popped up was that ad. And it was a very uncomfortable ad for them, and it promoted a lot of ideas that are just not moral, such as lying or cheating on your significant other. And the agenda was extraordinarily bizarre, to say the least. It was not very conventional. And even if it weren't conventional to a conservative Christian family, it just wasn't moral in the sense of promoting lying and cheating. Those are on the equivalent of stealing and murder, if I'm not mistaken, and not just to Christians, but as a general no-no in society. With all of these things that permeate, it's the facade that we all face online. I mean, for all you know, I could be a 40-year-old man with a voice-changing box. And what do you know? I could be. And that's the fascination, I think, that most people have with the internet culture that is cultivated online. You can become whoever you want to be online. And these influencers who influence, that's their, quote, job. I mean, I know it's so hard. In a job, you usually take a job because it's what you're passionate about, and it also pays pretty good. That's usually why people take jobs, I would assume. So as an influencer, your job is to go where the money goes, as long as it fits within your moral stance. That seems like a fair gamble. However, when your stance is trying to promote feminism and empowerment for women, especially considering your audience is mostly young women, I feel like your stance on social media should be that of a good influence, a good role model. I mean, let's take, for example, Tana Mongoose, who admittedly calls herself a 5 with no talent. And I don't know about you, but wow, that doesn't sound very encouraging, and I think I would rather click off of this page unless I'm just a young teen girl that wants to feel #relatable. And I'm not sure why cultivating that attitude about yourself is relatable. Because the juxtaposition of what she's posting doesn't really make sense if she thinks she's just, mediocre. At least that's the business ethic that she puts out when she tries to promote women in business as well. I mean, her expose, I should truly say, rather than a miniature documentary that MTV put out on YouTube, shows just that. It exposes a lot of really terrible habits that Tana Mongoose has, and amongst her just being a generally less than average human being. And I don't say that with any criticism to the actual person behind all of the makeup and the fake injections and facades. However, I will comment about her business ethic and her general ethics that she puts out on the public platform she is a part of. To be honest with you, I'm not impressed. I'm not impressed because anyone can just show off their body and pose and presumably become an influencer, because apparently that's all it takes. All it takes is young girls putting on revealing clothing and sexualizing themselves in front of the camera so that they can gain an audience. And I'm not sure who said that was feminism, but I'm pretty sure that is the opposite of feminism, and that is truly the definition of objectification. And I'm not sure why we're so obsessed with that. And I guess you can attribute it mostly, and I should say largely, but no pun intended there, to the over-exaggeration of women's bodies, mostly made popular by celebrities. I guess every culture, every decade has their sex icon, and you go through them maybe every 20 or so years. It is what is at the time idealized. And that makes for a very objectified culture, especially when the idealized version is exaggerated or unrealistic. It makes people feel like crap, and you either have to be like that and conform, or stand out and be cooler than everybody else. I mean, really, she doesn't promote that, but she does in a way. Take, for instance, the fact that Tana claims that she's a 5 with no talent. As a young girl, I don't want to relate to that. I want to relate to, I am beautiful, but I have a lot of talent and passions and interests, and that's what I'm focused on. I don't know why that seems so taboo for people. I mean, the world is becoming more and more narcissistic every social media app we download. How is it that people on TikTok are about to make millions of dollars for dancing provocatively and literally lip syncing? I didn't realize that this is where our world is headed. I mean, I just thought that maybe as we progress forward, things get more complicated. But in fact, it seems to be the opposite of that. It seems that in ancient Egypt, instead of building the pyramids, they should have just thrown those things down. We don't need those. All we gotta do is just shake it. Just look all provocative and weird at a blank camera I guess in Egypt they don't have a camera, but, some dude with his hands in the shape of a box. And just do that. That's pretty much where we're at right now. In other news, if you're wondering whether I was one of the people who really hoped that TikTok was going to get banned, well, you're correct. I couldn't wait for the tragic day that, oh no, TikTok is banned and I won't be making millions from shaking my body on the internet. Oh no, I can't throw any more influencer parties and spend all this money on literally nothing except a bunch of people to get the virus that shall not be named. Effectively keeping California completely shut down. Oh man, folks, I'm all for personal freedom, but that's just dumb. A lot of people say that the mayor's retaliation with shutting off their water and power during the party is equal to communist China, and I happen to disagree. I think it's a good spanking for them, because apparently no one ever did spank them. And maybe that was a mistake. So, in other news, join the internet. This is officially an advertisement for joining the internet and being another cog in the machine and another mass-manufactured conglomerate. I don't know, I just want to step away from it. But at the same time, I want to be a part of it. Because I don't want people like Tana Mongoose and Jake Paul and all these other girls and boys who act like girls and boys. Entitled brats who act like just because they have a lot of followers, a lot of subscribers, they have this online presence that's so big that makes them the perfect person, and that they're entitled to say what they want, do what they want, get away with whatever they want, just because it's this weird underlying attitude behind cancel culture, behind all the media attacks on everyone. It's getting out of hand at this point, because everyone wants to be finger warriors. You can hide behind a computer screen and type out the meanest things in the entire world about somebody. But actually saying them to their face, I don't think that many of those people could do that. And I don't know, it's just, that doesn't make you special or above the rest of us out there in the world. Sorry, but your sense of importance should be taken a notch down or two, and maybe replace it with humbleness and integrity. And I want to be somebody that's way better than Tana Mongoose and all these other people who are just fake and boring and safe in the Matrix. Anyway, that's enough of my soapboxes for today. Logging out officially. Thank you for tuning in to Miss Tech Radio. And until next time.